Alright, welcome back. Last time we were trying to... What were we trying to do, actually? We were trying to get to this fridge factory up... Hold on, there should be a to-do list. Yeah, there it is. We were trying to bribe or defeat the mob guys guarding the refrigerator factory, and they told us we could probably earn some meat over in the park. But then we got roped into a bunch of different side quests. Yep, that's just what happens here. Now we have to find some cigarettes for the rest of the spirits at Augustus Dirch's house. Where am I going to get a cigarette? I'm just going to go back to more side quests and explore these new locations. Yay! In an alleyway, you encounter some poor street urchins struggling with their math homework. Tutor them. You give the kids a few pointers about math, and the insults they hurl at you in reply do nothing to diminish your sense of smug satisfaction. Stupid kids. Let's see, do we have anything we can spend on ourselves? We could get some effects. We could also read that book earlier. What does this do? Ah, sleaze armor. Oh yeah, we can also study this. Like most westerns, unlike most old westerns, this one is written from the perspective of a gun. The story is pretty boring, but contains some very technically complex descriptions of advanced shooting techniques. Study them. You commit the techniques to memory and then practice them by shooting the book to pieces with the nearest convenient handgun. You got a perk, Advanced Handgunnery. Your mind is filled with tricky handgun techniques. You should get thee to a gunnery and practice them. +1 to range weapon attacks. Also have this. No, we still need a little more XP to upgrade our main damaging spell. Oh, hold on. They're called tulips, but in this case there are 3 of them. Wait a second. There's an invasive mana lichen growing at the base of the flowers. You scrape it off. You got glowing ooze. Ooh, hobo code. Translate it. The code says, nice lady, but she only likes salesmen. Ah well, not too useful to a non-hobo. Oh, but at least you got some translation practice. Doors unlocked, head inside. As you enter the boarding house, you discover some kind of a hullabaloo, or perhaps a kerfuffle. A stern-looking middle-aged lady is surrounded by 6 agitated men, all talking over each other. Listen in. Gentlemen, I insist you settle down at once. We won't get to the bottom of this until you all acting like panicked school children. Miss Brewster, you gotta call the cops. Ha! What this town calls police, I wouldn't trust to solve a jigsaw puzzle, let alone a serious crime. And I won't have those hooligans turning my house upside down. But there's been a murder. Somebody has to do something. What you can do is all go to your rooms and let me think. Good gracious! The men file up the stairs, abashed, but still fidgeting nervously. Hold on, is my mic too loud? No, mic should be perfectly fine. Talk to the woman. Excuse me? Miss Brewster sighs, exasperated. I'm sorry, but I don't have any vacancies. Or well, I suppose I do, but I can't let you have the room until this whole mess has been sorted out. One of those men said something about a murder? Yes, absolutely ghastly. One of my lodgers was murdered in the night and nobody heard or saw anything. I'm practically at my wit's end. Offered help. Maybe I can help. Name Slime Green. It's kind of an independent investigator sort of thing. Oh, like the Belgian fellow in the mystery novels. What? Sure. Well, that's marvelous. If you can solve this mystery, I can pay you quite reasonably. Alright then. What can you tell me about the victim? He was a traveling salesman. All my lodgers are traveling salesmen. What did he sell? Oh, they come and go so frequently. I'm afraid I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, okay, well, how did he die? I'm not sure. The body is missing. Look, you better just go and have a look for yourself. He was in 3C. I locked the door so no one would mess around in there. You got an item key. Key to room 3C. The victim's room in Miss Brewster's boarding house. Nope, I did not take a look. Yeah, only Miss Brewster's allowed in the kitchen. Little note next to the phone says, "Do not use phone." Tiny oil painting of various borders. The radio plays agreeable music at a polite volume. This potted flower saw nothing. Bathroom door is locked. Go to the second floor. Room 2C. You should probably check out the crime scene in 3C before trying to interview the lodgers. Fine. It's a communal hat rack, but no one's using it at the moment. Ooh, shoes! Some high-heeled shoes have been carelessly left in the hallway. You're not sure which aspect of this would upset Miss Brewster the most. Take the shoes. They'll be safer with you. You got an item. Extra high heels. Elegant shoes for sophisticated ambulation. Make your steps higher. Silly walking. The two pointy-leafed plants are holding the frondy one hostage. It's room 3C, the site of the incident. You unlock the door and put the key in the secret pocket you use for things that won't ever need to be referred to again. You step into room 3C and discover, holy crap! A massive pool of blood on the floor, and like Miss Brewster said, there's no body in sight. The window's locked, so the killer must have come from inside the house. I'm gonna take off these shoes. It's an ordinary wash basin, no clues here. There's also a mirror. Fish! Don't be needing this anymore. You got a handful of clean water. Check yourself for clues. Look at yourself in the mirror. Hi, slime! Yeah, okay, it's just to change the facial expressions. Wardrobe is locked. Holy jeez, is there even this much blood inside a person? Fish. Nothing. Must be shallower than it looks. Nothing interesting about the bed, except that it's next to a massive pool of blood. This throw rug looks pretty ordinary. Check underneath it. You roll the rug and... Whoa, what the heck? There's a crazy occult diagram underneath the rug that already has a diagram on... Okay. The lines and glyphs appear to have been burned into the floor. You can see little blobs of melted candle wax at the points of the dodecagram. And it even smells faintly of weird incense. Was some kind of ritual killing? Great, like a regular old murder wasn't enough. It's literally the same pattern as the rug. Okay. I gotta report back to Miss Brewster first. Well, Miss Brewster, I had a look in room 3C. Did you find anything? I found a huge pool of blood. It was really gross. Did you find anything else? Yes, actually. An occult ritual circle. Oh, what? Oh my goodness. You think it was some kind of black magic sacrifice? I'm afraid it looks that way, yes ma'am. Well, I always felt the lodger's religion was no business of mine, but I will stand for this one bit. Are any of your lodgers involved with the occult, do you know? I do recall one of them specialized in selling occult supplies and paraphernalia, but I'm afraid I don't remember which one. You'll have to ask around. Okay. Knock knock. Who's there? I'm not opening this door with a killer on the loose. I'm investigating the murder. Do you have any information that would help? There's a salesman here who specializes in occult stuff. That seems pretty suspicious to me. Which room is it? I'm not sure, but it isn't the one above me. He doesn't live at the same end of the hall as the victim either. Oh no, it's a logic puzzle. Oh no. Okay, so it's not in 3A. But it doesn't live in 3D. Knock on the door and salesman pokes his head out. Yeah? What can I do for you? I'm investigating the murder. Ah, yeah, real grisly business. You any other salesman that live here? Not really, just a guy that sells those little Derringer pistols. He was complaining about the guy who lives right above him, Trinkets and Baubles guy, because he keeps making a racket dropping stuff on the floor at night. That probably doesn't help you much, though. Oh, something, thanks. No response. You try to knock, but the door's locked. Room 2D, but really they're all 2D if you think about it. Haha. You knock on the door. Nervous-looking salesman perks out. I'm warning you. I'm armed. Oh, I know you. Yeah, I think we met before. You sell Derringers, right? That's right. Yes. You should buy one. There's a murderer on the loose. Actually, I'm investigating the murder. Oh, thank God somebody is. What do you know about the other salesmen here? I know that there's a guy who sells occult stuff. I give him a wide berth, though. All I know is that doesn't live in a room below the sunglasses salesman. Neither of them are the victim, by the way. Okay, he doesn't live... Occult salesman doesn't live in the room below the sunglass salesman. The Derringer sales live right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. So 2D is the guy who sells trinkets. But the occult guy is not in 3D. 3D. So it could be any of the 3A and 3B? This is a trinkets guy, I think. You knock on the door, a voice calls out without opening it. Hello? Hi, investigating the murder. How well do you know the other salesmen here? I don't know any of these guys. Though I think there's a guy who sells brushes, who's neighbors with the guy who sells pants? What? Ah, here's a sunglass man. Knock on the door and the salesman opens it. Hey there, something I can help you with? I'm investigating the murder. Ah, no kidding. Yeah, I was hoping you could give me some information about the people who live here. Don't know any of these guys. There's a fellow who sells jokes and gags somewhere on this floor, I think. The guy that sells pants, but I can't tell you about him. That isn't... But all I can tell you about him is that he isn't the guy right below me. Sorry. The pants guy does not live underneath the sunglass man. But this guy said... Brush salesman lives next to the pants salesman. Maybe the pants salesman is on 2B? You knock on the door and the salesman looks out. Hello, who are you? Investigating the murder. What can you tell me about the people who live here? Can we just keep to myself? I know is that other salesman is that the one that sells jokes and gags isn't the one... Oh, okay, hold on. The other salesman is the one that one that sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives one above the one who sells brushes. What? Okay, jokes and gags isn't the one that lives next to one who lives the one above the one who sells brushes. Okay. But a jokes and gags guy lives on this floor. Derringer's there's right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. Derringer is 2D. That means 3D is the guy who sells trinkets. Trinket, Derringer. 3C is a victim. 2C, there's no one inside. Probably. Brushes lives next to the pants salesman. And the pants salesman is not in the room below the sunglass man. Maybe these two are the brushes and the pants guy? Well, this one is not the occult salesman, at least. Hmm, 2C could definitely be a suspicious one. So Pants Hawker doesn't live beneath the Sunglass Man. What kind of salesman was 3C though? If we assume that 2A is the Pants Man, no, the Pants Man does not live directly under the sunglasses, so the one that lives directly under sunglasses could be the brush guy. And the Pants Hawker would be 2B. Oh, this is just confusing. Okay, so I can tell this one is not the salesman who sells jokes and gags. Because if we assume that the one that lives beneath the sunglass merchant is the brush man, and the one above and the one next to it would be this one. Maybe. I think that's the best case scenario. We got Sunglass Man, Jokes Man, Trinkets Man. Trinkets. This would be the brush. This would be the pants guy. This is confusing. Okay, so Derringer lives right under the Trinkets guy. Who lives in 2C? They didn't answer, the door's locked. That's because 2C is my room. Oh, well, can I have a look inside? Certainly not, that's private! You can't possibly imagine I would kill one of my own lodgers. That would be terrible for business. Yes, you have a point there. Okay, so 2C is Miss Brewster's room, so we can rule that one out. So let's sum it up. Occult salesman doesn't live in the room below the sunglass salesman. So 2A is not the occult salesman. And the sunglass man is not the one who sells occult stuff. He also does not live in 2D, or 3D. I need to write this down. The sunglass one is not on the options. The daring who lives right underneath the guy who sells trinkets. Brushes salesman lives next to the pants salesman. No, the one who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So 3B is not the joke one. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Isn't the one salesman who sells jokes and gags isn't the one who lives next to the one who lives above the one who sells brushes. So 3B is not the joke guy. The joke seller on the floor and pants sucker who doesn't live in the room right below me. So 3A could be the joke guy, which would leave 2B to be the only solution. I think. We saw the can. I think who it is. If we confront him, he'll either confess or give us useful information. Let me double check my notes. Do I have notes? Probably fine. Pretty sure. Shall we gather everyone to get to the scene of the crime so you can do a dramatic reveal like in the novels? Sure, if you want. I must say, this whole murder business is simply dreadful, but it's the most interesting thing to happen here in years. Uh-huh. You head up to 3C, and after a few minutes, Miss Brewster meets you there, with the salesman in tow. Alright, well, I suppose, you're all wondering why I called you here today. I assumed it was so you could tell us who did the murder. Yeah, that's my guess too. Right, yeah. Right, well, you can see by this weird circle on the floor, the killing is probably an occult significance. Therefore, the most likely candidate is the occult goods salesman, who is still alive, and is the guy in 3B. What? No! I mean, yes, I do sell occult supplies, but that isn't even one of my circles. Are you actually accusing me of murder? I think you're the only likely candidate. That's crazy. You're crazy! Out to the cops, but... Suddenly, the wardrobe door flies open and a salesman jumps out. Haha! I fooled you all pretty good. What the... Who the heck are you? I'm the victim. I sell jokes and gags and stuff. How do you like my new giant fake rubber pool of blood? Isn't it a scream? Oh my god. Here, let me give you something for being such a good sport, kid. We're in good health. You got an item, the foot ring. This ring bears the insignia of the Fraternal Order of Traveling Salesmen, which is difficult to make at small size, but it might be a farmer's daughter? Makes you more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to roll this blood back up, and 9 people in this tiny room is 8 too many. Huh. Well, that could have gone worse. That old cultist gentleman was quite offended by your accusation, but I believe he'll get over it. Here's your pay. Thanks, glad to be of help. I say I'll call if I ever need your services again, but I think one exciting thing happening here every few years is quite sufficient. If it happens again, I'm just gonna throw everyone out. Good idea. Mystery solved, there's nothing worth going upstairs for. Yes, was there something else you needed? Or can I use your bathroom before I go? I've been here kind of a long time. Yes, alright, here's the key. Yay, bathroom key. There we go. You return the key to Miss Brewster. Ah, Miss Brewster probably bought this bathtub from one of her boarders. Fish! You got an item. Handful of dirty water. Oh, I can fish again. You got Saki used bandage. Why are there so many things in this bathtub with this nasty goo? Looks like you caught everything that was in here. Little sign on the medicine cabinet that says, take whatever you need. How generous! Most places would reserve this stuff for the people who actually live here. Grab some stuff. The trove of tinctures and toiletries. You got an item. Styptic pencil. Activate a charcoal briquette. This is where traveling salesmen do their most important business. Hooray! I can learn that cheese book. There's an epilogue, but due to misprint, it's in a really small typeface. You could read it, but it's going to take some effort. Squint. You read the epilogue, and you're glad you did. It describes even stinkier cheeses than the main book. Queso Fustalento has been upgraded. You wrinkle your nose so hard the thought of them that your nose knocks the book into a nearby sewer grate. Very stinky. Oh, that's one done. Oh, actually, we did also get an item, didn't we? Here it is, the foot's ring, more likely to encounter traveling salesmen. We'll be fine. We can leave that be for now. Let's go to the Tentacle House. You see some of the super hardened sap oozing out of a wound in one of Ocean City's street trees. Snap up the sap. You got impenetrable shellac. Some shellac comes from insects, but if you don't know that it can come from basically anywhere. Tentacle House. This is the front door to that calamari factory riot. Seems like this house used to be quite nice. Tall ceilings, nice wallpaper, fancy molding everywhere. Now, however, the wallpaper is peeling, the plaster is crumbling, and there's tentacles poking out everywhere. It's a real fixture-upper. Hello? Anyone call for a tentacle exterminator? I don't think anyone called for a tentacle exterminator, but if you want to do some pro bono extermination anyway, I also don't think anyone's gonna stop you. Well, except maybe the tentacles. That's a lot of tentacles. Ah, the toilet is old and damaged, but it still feels to be functional. More XP means more skills. World's sleaziest jokes call from the world's sleaziest toilet stalls. If you can stomach these, there won't be much left in heaven or earth that can scandalize you. And Pilt the Elder said, "Why, under a wig of a wig, my dear?" Huh? Wait, no, that's disgusting. You got a perk, heard them all. It takes up glad to make you blush. Plus 1 sleaze armor. There's a lot of filth to wade through here. You have 14 on spec XP. Do it later. This ink has a cracked bowl and a grubby cap. Investigate. Look at that! Somebody lost a ring down in the drain. Unfortunately, your fingers are just long enough to grab it. Mood ring. The kind of mood rings you're thinking of haven't been invented yet, and you're not sure how that makes you feel. Probably it makes you feel a different way every time you walk into a new room. Constantly changes your mood. Maybe not. This bathtub is filled with fluid you'd rather not consider. Consider it fished. Glob of wet hair. Ugh. This would be disgusting even if it wasn't wet. Good effect though. Stove is remarkably clean on the outside. Check the inside. Ah yes, all the filth is on the inside. That makes sense, I guess. Oh swell, a colony of roaches in the walls. This house is a real patch. Slice and dice them. There's exactly 1 drawer left intact. Do you want to try fishing here? Yeah, let's get fishing. Nice, you got a soggy dish rag. You toss it in your fish sack. That's a lot of fish. Continue fishing. That's just a soggy dish rag again. Nice, you got an old orange peel. You toss it in your fish sack. Does it really even count as a fish? Jackpot! It was a junk drawer. You got the choicest bits. Reliable, expendable, small source of a very small amount of fire. And a comfy hat lining. A customization. Yay. This refrigerator almost certainly contains horrors beyond your reckoning. Give me them. Ah, no horrors. Just some very old food. Yay. This door is locked. Rickety stairs lead up to the second floor. Surprisingly clean wardrobe. Check inside. Empty but a single hanger. Wire coat hanger. You're not sure why anybody would want to wear a coat made out of wire, but whatever. I don't know where that's even going to come in handy, but okay. Even the second story is infested with tentacles. We're gonna need better weapons eventually. Hey, hi, hello! Wow, look at it! Look at what? Gabby's skin! What? Gabby holds out an arm. Her skin does seem a little different, like it's getting tougher and leatherier in places. Gabby's adapting to prevalent conditions, haha! Gabby gains 3 physical armor. Huh, didn't know goblins could do that, I'm a little jealous. Gee, do I have any more mysticality damaging weapons? Nope, don't see much. Can't even begin to guess what kind of furniture this was. Sure I can. Okay then, smarty pants, what do you think it was? I told you couldn't guess. It was a shelf. No. Was it a valet? Incorrect. Footrest? Nope. Guess again. 4-poster bed? Nope. Porch swing? Nope. Game table? Wrong. Coffee table? Nope. Chair? No. Crib? Nope. Display cabinet? Wrong. Credenza? No. Folding screen? Incorrect. Lounger? Incorrect. Pew? Nope. Crib? Nope. Game table? Nope. Bassinet? Nope. Work table? Nope. Bureau? Mantle? Table? Murphy bed? Cot? Sideboard? Armchair? Canopy bed? Park bench? Windsor chair? Dang. Now I can't. I have been defeated. This night's hand is mercifully tentacle-free. This top drawer is filled with dirty handkerchiefs, black, but you find a jewelry box and a key in the bottom one. You got an item, jewelry case, and you got tentacle house key. Which will come in handy if you need to move some jewelry from place to place and you don't want to wear it on the trip. You dump out the jewelry box's contents, which are so exciting you can forget to keep the box itself. You got Amethyst Choker. Lightness of this necklace makes your neck muscles stand out more when you grimace. And a jagged ring. Luckily it's only sharp on the outside. This door is barred from the other side. If the bar is anything like the rest of this house though, it won't take much to break it. Break it down! Thud crunch. Okay, it was a little harder than expected. Harder than anything left of whatever this was. Termites had conspired to make it look like this wardrobe had one giant bite taken out of it instead of thousands of tiny ones. This mirror has, to your great surprise, avoided damage. This bed must have fallen victim to especially hungry bedbugs. Nice sand is battered, but mostly intact. bottom drawer is full of old horse-track betting forms, but the top one contains a wallet and a creepy locket, each with only a minimal amount of crud on them. You got creepy locket. Inscription reads Inscription reads Melinda, my love, but the picture is just a crude drawing of a single eye. And an old wallet. Maybe there's some meat left in it. You rifle through the wallet, there's nothing interesting in it, unless you're interested in a bunch of meat. Click. You leave the key in your lock for safekeeping. Jeez, it's dark down here. Cellar's way too dark for you to go any further. Yes, you have a flashlight, but you and I both know flashlights are only good for making dark places visible, not for making them any less scary. Oh, I see tentacles. A fuse box. All the fuses are missing. That explains the lights, I guess. A shelf full of long expired cleaning products. I guess we're gonna have to come back here with some fuses or something. We'll come back for you later. Let's go to the chop shop. You managed to sneak up to the Tin Lizzie's hideout without anyone noticing. You aren't going to stay unnoticed for long though. This place is crawling with Lizzies. Unless your first move is to turn tail and run, I guess. This car looks terrible, but it smells great. You isolate, then confiscate the source of the freshness. You got an item, prototype car freshener. This ingenious device consists of a cardboard tree soaked in some kind of nice-smelling oil. A couple of Tin Lizzies are busy trying to dismantle a car that's already pretty thoroughly mantleless. It's like watching someone try to scrape just one more sandwich worth of meat out of a leftover turkey carcass. Rather specific description, but I'll take it. You've successfully got the revenge for that poor car. You really ought to put it out of its misery. Okay. Maybe that's worse. Greasy toolbox. You got greasy gloves. And a disposable ratchet. And an 11-in-1 oil. I don't know what that means. According to the fine print on the can, 11 of the world's religions are actually part of a larger secret religion understood only by the old man who owns the company that makes this oil. Hey, an oil barrel. Perfect place to fish in. Face grease. Welding mask. Ooh, that's a hat we can use. And washing gasoline. What does a face grease do? Hot armor by 3. This mask will protect your face from being burned while you're welding or kissing candles. But I can't see my face with it. Bunch of Tin Lizzies are hanging out here. The attention is mainly focused on something further to the right, but the camera doesn't move far enough for you to see what it is. You won! Time to see what all that hoopla was about. Welding bench. There's a welding mask on top of it. Grab it. Already got one. Your face will be better home for it than this dirty bench. More like a picked-apart truck. A muscular woman with flaming red hair is sitting on a throne made out of welded-together wrenches and glaring at you. Approach her. The woman gives you the traditional slow, sarcastic clap as you step forward. Nice entrance. Thanks! Nice chair. Thanks. Now who the hell are you? Introduce yourself politely. I'm Slime Green. Nice to meet you. And you are? Well, ain't you sweet? I'm Big Liz. Big Liz Studebaker. I'm the boss of this gang. That makes sense. Now, considering you just busted into my scrapyard and beat up 5 of my girls, plus however many on the way here, I figure you got something on your mind, so what is it you want exactly? I didn't really have a particular goal in mind. You just wandered in here and beat up my girls for no reason. Well, it seemed like the only way to get to the other side of the room. I am a psychopath. I'll tell you what, you got this far and my girls ain't no slouches, that's worth some respect, so I'll grant you a boon. Boon? Like a favor? Yeah, within reason. How do I know this isn't some kind of trick? It's no trick, you can trust me, because I'm sitting on the Crescent Throne, which means everything I say is automatically true. Wow, like the Pope? Kinda, yeah. We're real into hierarchy and chain of command around here. Meat. Anyway, what if you save a million meat? What? What if you say black is white? It isn't magic. Look, part of being a good leader is not trying to use your powers in stupid ways. Aww. Anyway, you get one wish. What'll it be? More? You cannot wish for more wishes. Nuts. Why do you think about it for a bit? Alright, well, it's an open offer. Don't test my patience though, pal. Yeah, I'll come back later. Now, let's go back to what we were trying to do first. The fridge factory. You again, you ready to join the party or what? Yeah, you ready to join the party, huh? Clancy, quit or I'm gonna slug you right in the mush. Yeah, I'll come back later. Can I get my Moxie up by 1 first? Nope. Nothing that increases Moxie unless if I eat one of the potions. Yeah, I got Doughy Person from food. Oh yeah, here it is. It increases Moxie by 1 until you use another potion. You carefully squeeze the oil into all of your joints. You gain effect. Well oiled. Your movements are not almost entirely devoid of internal friction. Slick. Would you take 100 meat? Gee, mister, I'd love to join, but I never had that much scratch. Would you take 100? I wouldn't normally agree to that, but you seem like a good kid. Sure, why not? You hand over the meat. Thanks, and welcome to the club. Yeah, welcome! Thanks, I guess? Here's your membership ring. He hands you a ring, and the whole group of monsters wander off, divvying up your meat as they go. You got an item. Fop Bum Egg Ring. Huh. This organization is actually real? Fop Bum Egg? This ring marks you as a member of an elite society, people who pay bribes to extortionate criminals in order to achieve your non-criminal goals. Gain extra 3 to 5 per meat per combat. Ugh. That's long to say. Just a refrigerator truck, but not the kind of you're probably thinking of. If 2 counts as a fleet, they have a whole fleet of these things. Ooh, look, chemicals. Carefully fish out all the useful chemicals out from the middle of the dangerous ones. Miscellaneous chemicals. Solutions, precipitates, tinctures? You bet. Sharpening stone and an owl. Ooh, a frost peony. Frosty flakes. It's like snow, but in flake form. Can you even imagine? Boxes of miscellaneous discarded industrial junk. Dig through them. One of these old coils is still in pretty good shape. Yay. Opening this door would make a lot of noise and draw lots of attention. Also, you don't actually know how to open it. These refrigerators are brand new and empty, and thus quite boring. This workbench doesn't seem big enough for refrigerator repairs. Make some stuff. What do you want to make? Basic combat items. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff I can make. Nah, I'll be fine. Chest of tools for... hold on. Fixing upright refrigerators. See what's inside. You got disposable ratchet. Piece of scrap metal. And anarchist hardware. Oh. Collection of pipes and can fuse, and well, mostly just pipes and can fuse. Anarchy is pretty straightforward. Well, I did have a fancy combat item one. Let's see, nuclear bomb, grease bomb, scary bomb, ice bomb, and solvent spray. Train control. Control booth locked from the inside. Somebody's gonna be in big trouble. Looks like something is going down over here. It's all there? All 40 cases? All there, Gluck. You got the meat. Dark Noel! What are you doing here? Surprise inspection. Oh, interesting. What the heck? No time to check this out. You should go and see what's going on over yonder. There appears to be a bit of a standoff between the mob guys and the other ones. Lady in the weird Crimbo hat glares at you as you approach. Don't recall inviting you to this party. You gonna introduce yourself? Slime Green, what's wrong with your hat? Nothing at all. Crimbo hat's appropriate for all seasons. Spooky and like... you can see stars through it. I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. Oliver, dear, are you busy? Be a dear and kill this person, would you? Uh-oh. Crimbo Lady smiles and leaves the same way she came in a horrible, weird spiral of negative space. The weird shadow monster that was once a person turns to face you. Hello? Shadows begin to gather around them, abstract and menacing shapes. Back away and looking for some other solution. You can reach the controls through the broken window. Use them. There are 2 buttons. Press the green one. Crane moves. Aha! Red one. You're pretty sure the red button opens the jaws of the crane, and that Gluck guy? That thing? Well, he's right underneath it. You definitely want to press it? I do. No way I'm taking the heat for this. Let's skedaddle. There's very little left of this poor fellow. Pick through the remains. You got a pocket watch clutched in one hand and some dangerous matters clutched in the other. Neither of those hands is attached to an arm anymore. You got dangerous pocket watch. Ticking of this pocket watch sounds hollow and ominous. You don't like it. You got bank pouch full of meat. Any cash payment that's too small for a briefcase must be contained in a leather zipper pouch. It's the law. You got an item. Deed to the speakeasy. A legal document regarding an illegal establishment. Illegal? You take a quick look at the deed. This must have been Oliver Gluck, the owner of the speakeasy. Whoops. I think we needed him alive. Oh well. Ooh, 300 meat. I made a profit. Yeah, let's look at this dangerous pocket watch. Oh, this watch is plugged in. A little note on it says, experimental, not for lunches. Open it. Fridge has been fitted with an experimental automatic ice cube maker. Unfortunately, it's one of those, it's made one single gigantic ice cube that fills the entire fridge. I guess if you ever needed a block of ice as big as you, here's where you can get it. Fishing in this man's remains would be in poor taste. This booze looks dangerous, and also appears to be tainted with some kind of sinister magical energy. What's on our to-do list? Take the pocket watch back and go back to Fancy Dan about the speakeasy deed you found. You don't have to leave the building to open your map, by the way. Oh, right. Back to Plunkett Street. Hey, more taffy. No, I actually want to go to the speakeasy first. You found Oliver? Yes. I don't like this out. Oliver is gone. The handoff went extremely bad. Badly. Yeah, that too. You go over the events of the Fridge Factory. Fancy Dan makes a variety of faces at various points in your story because Fancy Dan is a good listener. Show him the deed. Oliver was carrying this with him. Dan skims the deed. There's that year, the ownership of the speakeasy is automatically transferred to whoever has the physical possession of the deed. Huh. Is that legal? None of this is legal. Oh yeah. I guess you're the new boss, baby. Let me have to have one drink to mourn the old boss and another one to celebrate the new one. Too soon, Dan. I guess we ought to change the name since, well, Oliver's Place is no longer Oliver's Place. But that's right. Got any ideas? Well, you could go traditional and call it Slime's Place, or something hip, like the Purple Door, or something incisive and avant-garde, like, I don't know, Noblesse Oblige. I want to name it something else. Slime Ranch. No, that doesn't seem good. Or does it? Yeah, drunken slime. I like it. Now to business. To business! You make the beer in the house, so that's safe, but we're out of everything else. And based on your story, I say the stuff at the factory isn't safe to use. Yeah. If you can find booze or mixers or garnishes, bring it back here. Any idea where to get started with that? No, but you might check in with Barnaby. Barnaby? That Dan points at the milky-eyed sod at the table by the wall. He doesn't see very well, but he's got a nose for news and a sixth sense for booze. You might know where you can find what you're looking for. Thanks. It's Barnaby. Turns his head towards you and smiles. Buy him a drink. You buy him a drink and wait for his prognostication. After a few moments and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks. Distilled to its essence, a lake is just a valley abandoned. Let's try another one. They try, but they'll never dam up the flow. I have no idea what that means. Oh, hoboglyphs. The code says grapes under here. You quickly pry up the tile and sure enough, there are grapes. Aged and flattened. Found some floor grapes. Floor grapes, eh? Well, when like Asia floor grapes, make floor wine, baby. Sounds like a plan. Ooh, physical armor. What else is on our to-do list? Well, I gotta find cigarettes, but I don't know where to find one. Oh, hello. I think I saw some weird... It's Murray's desk piled with books and papers. Get a weird feeling about it for some reason. Nestled among the books and papers is a book of old, but valid, postage stamps with a few missing. They're surrounded with a haze of weird, shadowy energy, but you can clearly see illustration of cute dogs on them. Wait a minute, cute dogs? That's just like the stamp that survived your luggage fire. Oh dang, of course! That stamp is what destroyed your luggage! All your best stuff was in there, your clothes, your teddy bear. That tears it. This shadow business had become personal. I mean, it was personal already because of Murray being your uncle and all, but now it's extra personal. Grrr. What's up? These stamps! These stamps have shadow gunk on them, and one of them killed my luggage! Oh my gosh. I guess that was my fault. I ran out of stamps and found those inside Murray's desk. Didn't even think to test them. I'm so sorry. Not your fault. It's whatever causing this damn shadow stuff. Definitely gonna put a stop to it. Wait, how many of these stamps have you used? Just the one, thankfully. The rest must have already been gone when Murray found them. Well, that's good news at least. I found a watch. It was complicated. I'd be more surprised if you told me if it was simple. Well, you know the drill. Strap it on and jump into this uncursing machine. It's a pocket watch. It doesn't... Just uncurse the thing and get some sleep, okay? You look like you've been through the ringer. Yeah, we need armor of all different types, looks like. You sit in the chair, which is surprisingly comfortable, and you pull the weird metal dome thing down over your head. What would you like to uncurse today? The dangerous pocket watch. The machine snorts the pocket watch up to its dome and begins its strange and loud work. The pocket watch is pulled this way and that. Its ticks become kicked, and its ticks cuts. And as its three hands are forcibly bent back, you swear you hear screams. And then it's done. The watch falls into your lap, hands now set to 1722-12. You got an item, uncursed pocket watch. Now that it's free of the taint of that shadow energy, it's just a boring regular watch. If you think about it though, being on time for things is kind of like a magic power. The watch's curse now resides within the machine. Want to project your consciousness into it? Why not? In your mind's eye, you see the hands of the pocket watch spin back on themselves with jittery violence. With each revolution, the face of the watch itself expands until it is larger than you, in the building and the street. Your whole world lives in the blur of the fast-running hands, in which you see life go by in reverse time. Submarines turn to longships, cities to stone dwellings, cowboys to courtesans. You're traveling faster and faster to the beginning of time itself. There's no telling when this ride will end. Hold on tight. Why am I a dinosaur? No, I'm not gonna eat the cat. With these two talent forks? No, you lack the opposable thumbs necessary to turn the doorknob. You're completely contained in here unless you figure out how to open doors. I don't know anything about this security. I'm a dinosaur. Checked for messages. Note for you, dinosaur, no phone number. To do, open a door, eat Jessica, eat strange man, eat Gabby, eat cat. Why? Knock the chair over. You gain 1 dexterity. Slime! Well, this is gonna be weird. Has to be a right order for this, right? Oh, hold on. Can I? Yeah, I can go back to it. But it's saved, so it doesn't go back to how it used to be. Okay, we can't open doors. Oh there, Haas. What get you all horns and rattles? Been dipping into the nose paint again? Can you open the door? Raw, raw. Oh, I don't know. Never had a head for puzzle slime. This one's got me funkified. Gabby, I'm a dinosaur. Well, pew pew, and I'm the quickest draw in the West, sure enough. Sure is, partner, sure is. Okay, eat Gabby. Eating is just talking to them, okay. What strangeness afflicts thee? Never mind, for the sun transits the horizon, and I grow ever the more in need of thy assistance. Understand, whilst I sleep under this roof, thou art my lodger, and a signature on this paperwork is by me required. Provocative remark, friend, and by thee well made. Curious indeed, for I do not believe these doors to be locked. Well, what do I know, and thou will find a telephone table thither, a key to satisfy thy need. Oh no! I wanted to pet the cat! Please help, I'm a dinosaur. Chomp. Eat the chessboard. Flip the table. Open desk drawer. Only to find the drawer is locked. Stomach is bigger than your brain, and you devour the entire table in a few quick bites. The key to the doors is now lies safe and sounds in your dinosaur stomach. Oh, poor cat. Real groovy pocket watch you got there, Slime. I like the way it tick-ticks, you understand me? Roar. A lot of power in the timepiece, a lot of power. Would you make a promise to me? Would you promise not to throw that power away? A lot of good can be done with that groovy power. Roar. Yeah, you're a kitty cat. No promises. Absolutely smashing. Shake on it. You gain 1 dexterity. Read a book. Your Callan's carded letters help into the chalkboard. Sign your name. Much obliged, Slime, and I hope from now thy sleep is all the more sweet for legal correctitude. Whoa! Clock casts a long shadow over barren wasteland, cold and infinite. It's the end of the world. So we meet at last, with I looking the older man, though you are far older than I shall ever be. Arbor. We are the Alpha and the Omega, you the beginning of time and I 'tis end. Will you walk with me, dear friend, to watch the death of our world and the birth of another? Just trying to uncurse a pocket watch, pal. Tick, tick, tick. Hands of the uncursed pocket watch beat on, boats with a current borne correctly into the future. Pull the pocket watch out and look at it. It's gained some luster. Upgrade. Uncursed pocket watch. Now it's free to attain to the shadow energy. It's just a boring, regular watch. If you think about it though, being on time for things is kind of like a magic power. Curse is lifted. Time is rightful home. and you no longer have a tail. Yeah, baby! Oh, kinda wish I went into the other room. Maybe next time. Hey Slime, before you go to bed, I need you to approve a new tenant for the storefront next door. What? Why is it up to me? Somebody's gotta do it. There's 3 applicants for the place. Alright, what are they? First applicant is Ye Old Chemiker, some SIT science lady who wants to sell potions. Second is Jardware's Hardware. Guess if your name is Jardware, your option for ramen business names are pretty limited. And the last applicant is Truncheons and Bludgeons. This fellow's really excited about weaponry. We already have the military surplus. Let's go to the potion store. Alright, get it moved in and the next storefront ready for applicants. Hey, it's that rug from the boarding house. Miss Brewster must have had it sent to you as an additional gesture of gratitude. Or because she hates the way it looks and thinks it's cursed. Either way, score. You're so tired you can barely work the doorknob. Are you sure you want to go back out there? It's time to sleep. Yeah, I guess. A fitful dream. The bed in which your corporeal self is presumably still sleeping. All of your favorite pants. Gone. It's Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade. Hey Jeff, listen, no hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know everything is okay now. Jeff swats the overdue library book out of your hands. Ah, I see. Since this is just a dream version of you, you're still as much as a jerk as you were in 3rd grade. Jeff suddenly punches you, knocking out all your teeth. Hey, if this was actually happening, I'd be really mad. You pick up your teeth and walk away. These are unmistakably your teeth. You can tell by the scar on the upper left second biscupid. But your teeth are also still definitely in your gums where they belong. What a jerk. It's that creepy Crimbo lady from the refrigerator factory, now in literal nightmare form. Excuse me, I need to get past you. Why? Are you in a hurry to wake up? Darling, it's Crimbo! You should be making merry. Crimbo is still months away. Oh, but it's always Crimbo in dreams, dear. Merry Crimbo, then. Merry Crimbo, dearie. I didn't have time to properly introduce myself before. I'm Dark Noel. In an affection as goofy as her name, she curtsies. Dark Noel, eh? You're really taking this motif seriously, right down to your weird, evil-looking Crimbo hat. Smile falters a little. Evil-looking? I told you at the refrigerator factory, it's just a... Wait. She points the weird device she's holding at her hat. It starts beeping in fast, irregular pattern. You're telling me you can see the special Crimbo magic with your eyes? Yes, if that's what it is. This is decidedly unfestive news. I better talk to the president. You want to talk to Calvin Coolidge about your Crimbo hat? I want to talk to the real president about you. I see. Yes, that's the problem, dear, and I'll see you soon with the solution. She scowls and jumps off the edge of whatever this is you're standing on. Ominous. This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you're awake. You grab a book at random, and the bookshelf puffs out of existence, the melting mind. I'm not sure what kind of book this is. Avant-garde social commentary, psychedelic research journal, total nonsense created by the random nighttime firings of your own neurons. Grants a combat skill, Mind Melt, healing opponent's mysticality to itself and hot damage. Back to the waking world. Hey, Sunglass Man. Alarmingly, man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed. What the heck? Who are you? You may call me Don Toblerone. I represent a certain organization of, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized criminals? Like the mob? Wait, you're Don, the local mob? The mob boss in my room personally? No, I'm not the Don. That is nearly my nomenclature. It's an abbreviation of Donald. Okay, well that's confusing. It has been matters and confiscation. Yes, I do have a sobriquet, but I don't care for it very much. What is it? Donnie the Saurus. I'm gonna hazard a guess that I call you that because you have, like, long words. That is very astute of you. Of course, this assertion comes as a no surprise to me. My associators would tell me you handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigeration manufactorium. Do you actually own a Thesaurus? I'm here to propound you're considering a certain proposition. Come again? I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly, though your reputation would be, shall we say, unadvisatory. What's the offer? From time to time, my colleagues and I have certain requirements but lack the necessary manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucratival arrangements with certain capable individualists. We find ourselves at this moment at a juncture such as the junctures I have thus subscribed. So you want me to contract work for the mob? Exactingly. Sure, maybe that's what I am. A mobster. An excellent decision, if I may articulate such. That's what happens now. Just sit tight, as they say. We will call upon you. Telephonically. Gives you a curt nod and leaves a room through the window. Takes him 3 or 4 tries to work the hatch. Okay, I guess I'm a mobster now. Hey Slime, how'd you sleep? Fine, until a mob guy crawled in my bedroom window. Oh yeah, that window is pretty lousy. Anyway, next antique I need you to find is a compass. Directions kind, not the circles kind. The Detectatron says it's out near Crystal Dream Lake. I don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I can borrow? Nope, but I have something even better than that. 2 cars? A bus pass. The stop out front is your gateway to a whole wide world of adventure. Swell, thanks. Unlimited bus pass, good for the entire year. Truly a ticket to a world of moderate convenience and comfort. You got an item, Crystal Dream Lake postcard. Location unlocked, Crystal Dream Lake Lighthouse. This is a postcard. It has a map with a lake on it. It has a picture of the lake on it. Yeah, that's what a map is, a picture of the place. Can't argue with that. You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you. Call Don T with the phone number. We dial the number. Salutations. Whom is telephoning, might I inquire? Hey Don, it's me, Slime. Ah, you recipiented my missive. Commendable. Yeah. What's up? There's an assignment of which I require your performation. Assignment? Or the comedic sort, I might refer to it as an undertaking. Ha ha. I'm glad you entered the comedic sort. There is an antiquated distillery near Crystal Dream Lake. Grandpa Joe's distillery, to be precautious. It was abandoned when prohibitioning began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group contraposited to our own has claimed it as their territory, and we wish these bloodsuckers to be evicticated with extreme prejudice. So want me to give the bombs rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminal organization that rival our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intention that you will observe in that phraseology that high degree of literalness. The group of which I reference are Nosferatu. What? Nosferatu, Langswears, Strigoi, Draculas, vampires. Okay, got it. You're telling me there are actual vampires in this part of the world. Affirmative. They have been in pain in our necks for quite an extensive period of time. Oh, I appear to inadvertently voice another witticism. I didn't notice. Alright, I'll take care of your vampires. Guess that isn't much weirder than the fishman. Where's the distillery? Don Tolbarone gives you directions to the place, eventually. Additional to that, you will be requisitioning the combinations for the lock. Let me guess, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not. Kindly allow us a credit for the modicum of operational securitizing. We selected the most unassailable combination possible. 9999. Alright, bye. That was weird. Bond Flapper cracks your chewing gum and then gives you a sharky grin and a little wave. Hey there, sugar. You're green slime, right? That's me. Pleased to meet ya. Molly Buttons, they call me. Charmed. How do you know my name? The boss sent me to lend you a hand and to keep an eye on you, savvy? What? Hey now, I put in my 2 weeks notice before I left Pal Keepsy, fair and square. No, not that boss, you oil can. The boss. The boss? You know? She glances over both shoulders and hisses at you. The mob boss! Oh, that the boss. Sheesh, I can't tell if you got a screw loose or if you're just funning with me. I could keep people guessing. So what, you're supposed to partner up with me? That's the deal, McNeil. And do what? What's the 20-something girl like you doing working for the mob anyway? Hey now, I ain't just a pretty face. She pulls a Tommy gun with a full-size drum magazine from behind her back, gives it a flip in the air and catches it with mad glitter in her eyes. Holy jeez, put that away before someone sees it! Cripes, you have to whisper, the boss, but you're fine with waving a machine gun around in public? So teaming up or what? I always got room for a gun-toting cutie pie. Ah, you're flirting with me? That's real sweet, but I got a sweetheart already. And no offense, she's cuter than you. Shucks, well welcome to the party anyway. Molly joins you as a companion. Peachy! You want I should come with you right now, or cool my heels with drunken slime for a while? Come with me now. Yeah. It's the unsinkable Molly Buttons. She shoots you a wink. Make small talk. How do you like Ocean City? Oh, baby, it's the berries for sure. That's good, right? What else can you find and kill by drilling rats all day and go hooping with your choice of juice joints at night? That's good, right? Hey, you know if there's a good heater joint around here? I gotta stock up on pills. You make pills for heating things? Sure, you know, hot lead for ventilating things. For ventilating things usually makes it colder. Yeah, I'm gonna put them on ice, alright. What are we talking about? You know, I had a few run-ins with a couple different street gangs in town, but I haven't seen much actual mob activity apart from that warehouse. Well, sure, we know better than to drop hope or mud where we eat. Gotta keep our hands clean, you know? Definitely wash your hands before eating, yes. The gang pays us a squeeze for letting them work their rackets on our ranch, and sometimes they come in handy if we need a few extra yeggs for heavy. I see. It's been a few years since I was in Ocean City, but I don't remember it being this rundown. Yeah, she's been in a tailspin for a while, and I ain't sure why. I think the mob's back to hold sure. I've been raking in the spondaclicks ever since the fuzz was given their walking tickets, but I don't throw this shindig. What? It's like everyone's pretty down in the luck around here. Yep, everyone's out of rhino, even with the flim flammers and fake glue artists and how to split down with a new butter and egg friend. Of course. Ooh, a lavatory bench. Help yourself, just be careful not to blow anything up. Ooh, I can make potions. Ooh. Damn, Slime, is this your shop? Why, yes, certainly it is. Name's Janice. Janice Chemiker. Why don't you just move in? What's it all blown up in here? Well, I always say it isn't a real chemistry if you don't blow everything up and catch your hair on fire a couple times, so I like it getting out of the way early. What have we got for sale? Alright then. How's the new store? It's okay so far. In an ideal world, I'd have some crayons or colored pencils for you to play with. Huh? Not a child. Adults like to draw too. Some of my favorite artists are adults. Could your customers use these? Oh, definitely. You shouldn't be buying anything here if you can't stop a bleed. Oh, but you mean to draw pictures with? No, I don't think those work for that. Alright, what do we got? Oh yeah, we have to go to Gideon's. Ooh, grits. Yeah, we've got to take on these goblins. Oh, Glocklins, I guess. As soon as they notice you, these Glocklin guards start playing a menacing tune of their Glockenspiels. Well, as menacing a tune as it is possible to play on a Glockenspiel anyway, which is honestly not particularly menacing, but their intent is clear. I want to go in the building behind you. The old Glockenspiel shop? That is our hideout! You are in there, not allowed! It is only for gang members. That is the whole point of a hideout. I want to talk to your boss. Have you an appointment? No. Can I make one? No. Can I buy a Glockenspiel? You have good taste in musical instruments, but our Glockenspiels are not for sale. Oh, come on, everything has a price. Price of Glockenspiel is no meat. 90? That'll be a 9 roll. Okay, I'll fight. No, what does Molly have? Cat knee and Tommy spray. She either shoots someone or breaks their legs. Wonderful. Hard times for the non-Glockenspiel businesses. The owner of this place had a huge wasp's nest and said a keep out sign wasn't sufficient. The Glockens have really bled this store dry. This goblin is pounding out music that sounds like a quaint mountain village being completely wiped out by an avalanche of tiny sparkling jewels. This goblin is pounding furiously on their glockenspiel. It sounds like the background music they used in the war documentary, but the documentary was about dogfighting raids made by an air force entirely consisting of butterflies. This goblin is pounding that glockenspiel like their life depends on it, filling the room with what exciting boss fight music would sound like in the magical starlight fairyland. This goblin is hammering out music that sounds like tiny crystalline snowflakes combining together into a blizzard that destroys the entire Midwest. Okay, that actually sounds cool. This goblin looks a bit tougher than the others. Also, they're at the back of a room, so they're probably the boss. They look both delighted and outraged to see you, since that's a tricky combination of emotions to imagine, so let's just go with excited. As you step up closer to speak to the goblin, you notice that they appear to be wearing authentic German lederhosen, rather than the makeshift shortened suspenders getup that the other Glocklins are wearing. Not that you're an expert in traditional European fashions or anything, though. So, you break my house in and you beat my gods together? Think you can Gunther, the boss of the Glocklins, defeat? You pause for a second to parse this. Actually, I just want to talk. Ha! You think goblins are pretty stupid, I bet, but you have one other think coming. If I don't feel like having a conversation about goblin intelligence. Can I just say yes and then we fight? Sure! No, I know goblins aren't as dumb as they seem. Oh, yes. What do you know about it, huh? Well, I read a magazine article about it once. A lot of it went over my head, but basically, since goblins are fungal creatures instead of mammals, their brains work pretty differently, and they find it really hard to extrapolate from familiar experiences to unfamiliar ones. So when they're dealing with novel situations, they tend to make wild guesses about how they're supposed to behave. Oh, I am actually surprised! Furthermore, because the way they pass knowledge to their children, goblins are really excited about having lots of novel experiences, so they're constantly putting themselves in situations where they have no idea what to do deliberately. Okay, in fact you know much about it. I am a little impressed. Why do you know so much about these things? I was stuck in a dentist's waiting room for a while and didn't have anything to read. So now what? Okay, well, you have proven that you goblins are not dumb, not our dumb think. But that was really just a rhetorical question. Yeah, I guess I was showing off a little. So, we have now a fight, yes? All the Glockens near are playing exciting Glockenspiel fight music that got Gunther really riled up. It might be a really tough fight. Is there a peaceful solution for this? A peaceful solution for you, my home invading? I suppose you want that I leave you, just let you leave yet? It doesn't seem unrealistic. Yes? Okay, bye. What, really? No. Wow, really? Are we going to town on that thing? On the contrary, I am playing it right here. You reach around behind the goblin and tap him on the opposite shoulder. When he turned to look, you definitely snagged the mallet out of there. Huh? Hey! Where's my mallet went there? It was wild. You were playing so fast you accidentally threw it out the window. Don't worry, I'll save your place here while you go look for it. Oh, thank you. The goblin scampers out the door. Jeez, could you maybe... You're really sweating up a storm. I am so tired, but I must on play. Her hands and the rest of them look really sweaty. You probably yanked the little mallet right out of their grasp, but that would require getting in sweat spray range. Ugh. How much stench armor do I have? 0. Wonderful. Aha! That's 2 stench armor. Ah, here it is. Car freshener. Now you can grab the nasty mallet. You hold your breath and grab for the mallet, wincing as you get spattered with hot goblin sweat. The goblin collapses to the ground with a look of combined defeat and relief, and crawls away to find somewhere to pass out. You toss the gross mallet away and resolve to find a shower as soon as possible. A less disgusting shower. Ugh. Hey, could you do me a favor and stop playing that glockenspiel file? No, never! Please? This music is my life. I will never to stop. Alright, we're gonna need a muscle. Here it is, Amethyst Choker. Remove the goblin. You pick up the goblin bodily, open the door, and chuck them outside. The goblin is too focused on his music to resist, or even really object. Hey, could you stop playing for a bit? Haha! No! You waggle your fingers mystically at the goblin. You want to stop playing and leave the room. That is not the case. Why did your eyes go all swirly go? Huh, does this notice not work on goblins? I guess it does not. Well, you should leave because the acoustics are bad in here and your music will sound much better outside. Oh, okay. Goblin scampers out the door. Phew. Ah. Right, I guess we fight. Ooh, Don T sent you to help. Ow. You won! Gunter has spilled his last Glock in this place. He slings out to find some other venue to terrorize with his plinking. His remaining Glockens look at each other and scurry out. This Glockenspieler's rusty old cash register. Loot it! Thanks, Gideon, whoever and wherever you are. Must be full of Glockenspiel wrenches? Just regular tools, it turns out. You got foot gloves. Maybe they're hand shoes. Wow, an upright Glockenspiel. This would look good in your room. Drag it there. Can we go back to the chop shop? Molly notices a tin can scattered in an alley and stops to stack them into a pyramid. Let's do some bean shooter practice. Every little bit helps, and anyway, my finger's getting itchy. It seems like maybe we shouldn't be shooting guns to the middle of the city. Ah, baloney, it's copacetic. The fuzz here ain't worth a plucked nickel, and who else is gonna raise a beat when we're clearly healed? I'll take your word for it as soon as I figure out what it was. I want to join your gang. Sorry, kiddo. This ain't a gang, it's a business. I can tell just by looking at you don't know a crankcase from a manifold. The crankcase is the one with the cranks in it? Pick something else. I want to sit in your swell chair. Nope. Ah, come on, just for a second. Only the boss of Tinley's can sit on the crescent throne. Sorry, kid. Come on, let me sit in your chair. You waggle your fingers at her and do that trick where your pupils grow all swirly. It's perfectly safe and couldn't possibly result in any problems, I promise. Well, alright, fine, just for a second. Wicked. Big Liz stands up and you take her seat on the crescent throne. It's cold and not very comfortable, but it does make you feel pretty powerful. Wow, this is great. Glad you like it, now get up. Nah, seeing as I'm the boss of the gang now, I think I'll enjoy it a little longer. What did she just say? I said, I'm the boss of the Tin Lizzies now, and I said it while sitting on the crescent throne. Twice. Nice try, dipstick, but the throne doesn't apply unless you already are the boss. I was the boss as soon as I sat down. You said, while sitting here. Not only the boss of the Tin Lazies can sit on the Crescent Throne, and here I am sitting on it, ipso facto, I'm the boss. Why, you little! And the first change I'm making is that from now on, changes in the gang leadership can only occur via written agreement from the current boss, which is me. You promised you wouldn't cause any problems. I don't see any problems where I'm sitting. Grrr. Take it easy, Big Liz, I'm just messing with you. Eh? I don't have time to run a gang. I'm busy, but I'm busy with something kind of weird, and I think I might need your resources. So you can run the gang the same as always. All I need is for you gals to help me out if I need backup. I swear on the Crescent Throne that as soon as I'm done with this whole crazy mess I've fallen into, I'll make you full official boss of the Tin Lissies again. Alright, I guess I deserve it for falling for that trick. You win, boss. Great. Here, you can sit back down if you want. This thing is uncomfortable. I'll stand, thanks. What do you need from me? Well, I could use some supplies. Supply shed's over there. Here's a key. You got an item. Chop shop shed key. It's a key to Big Liz's shed at the chop shop. Hopefully it's easier to use it is than it is to say. If you get any trouble in town, just give a whistle and one of the girls will come to help you out. You got Tin Whistle. By commanding underlings with a boot sounds made by this whistle, you'll be a real tin boot dictator. Summons a Tin Lazy to help you out in combat. Only works in Ocean City. What do you need, boss? Sorry I tricked you out of the gang. It's a dirty trick, but it was by the book. Should have been more careful, that's all. Well, the Crescent Throne is yours now. You could drag it back to your room if you wanted to. Maybe later. Click. Shelf cover with various greasy metal objects. Ooh, anarchist hardware. Banner toolbox? Crowbar. Don't I already have one? Another crowbar. You never know when you might need to pry open two things at once. There's a car door leaning against the wall. Grab it. Huh, it's been converted into a shield. You got an item. Chopped off car door. The poster says, antifreeze is delicious, but it's poison. The workbench. Every day on his calendar just says crimes. Bunch of repair manuals for cars you've never heard of, except one of these books is about weapons instead of cars. You got an item. Welding and wielding. Teaches advanced weapon repair techniques. Welding and wielding. Advanced weapon repair do-it-yourself defense by TIG Flux Core. You read the book. Huh. Turns out you're supposed to repair weapons after using it for a while. Who knew? You know enough about weapon repair to tell when it's needed, but not quite enough to do anything about it. Weapon durability system unlocked. You go put the book away, but realize with your newfound knowledge that its spine is broken and beyond repair, so you throw it away. Huh. I guess his greasy spatula is almost worn down. This car has not been noticeably chopped yet. Look inside. The doors are locked, dang it. Jimmy the lock. You unlock the car, ruining both the lock and the hanger in the process. The glove compartment is full of meat. An old school blacksmith's anvil. This must have been where they work on the really vintage cars. We have 68 XP. I don't think we can really get anything else. Unless we want to go for the stat boosting ones. Alright. Crescent Throne, your birthright. You sit for a moment and reflect on both your power and your responsibilities. You gain effect. Heavy is the hand. You have surveyed your kingdom and decided which parts of it need to be hit really hard with a throne wrench. What's on my to-do list? We need cigarettes and vampires. You can also get some extra meat by taking a picture. Ooh, eerie music house. We're gonna go for that. Welding mask. Can this work for a second welding mask? Nope. Sure, let's head to that eerie house. The sinister those three of those horrible fishermen come at you out of nowhere. Well, not nowhere. Two of you come at you out of an alley, and the third one crawls out of a nearby manhole. Fishhole? Shove past them. I ain't got time for this malarkey. Get out of the way, chum. You shove past the fishermen, whose slimy hands can't find perches to grab you, and stride away. They glare angrily at you, but they're either too startled to make any further issue of it, or they're trying to basically keep a low profile. Either way, you can't make it out there unscathed, except for the fish slime. It seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside, like a pained, inhuman moan, constantly rising in pitch. Maybe that's it, yeah. You knock, but you hear no response, so you nose your way inside. That eerie sound is even louder in here. Seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange. Bunch of books about music theory. Even the most basic one will be totally beyond you. It's a day stand. A dusty, disused chess set. Tea time was a long time ago. There's nothing left here but stains. This cabinet is full of backup plates. Plate rack is a statement piece, and the statement is, I have too many plates. A shelf full of trophies from music competitions. There's a cabinet full of sheet music. Examine one of the pieces. You pull out a sheet, but it's all in German. Und du kannst kein Deutsch sprechen. I think that's and you can't speak German. Call it a hunch. Climb it. Oh. It's just a man. Tired-looking man is playing a cello here. Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but I heard the music, and I have an intrusive nature. Name's Slime Green. Well, I'm Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it is vital I continue playing. What are you doing? There is a darkness beneath my house. Could you check the fuse box? No, it's probably that then. Listen to me. I had a dream. A premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement and growing until it swallowed the entire house, and the neighborhood, and then the world. Wow, that's quite a dream. It was not just a dream. I went downstairs to check the basement, and there is indeed a rift, as now it is still small. I must keep playing this cello to prevent it from growing any larger. How's playing the cello help? The bass vibration reverberates downward and is focused by the circle of furniture downstairs. This resonance inhibits the rift. Huh, I don't really get it, okay? Are you a physicist or something? No, I'm only a cellist. I cannot explain it. I knew how this would work. Huh, okay. I'm sure there's a rational explanation. Probably just a trick of light, plus your anxiety over the nightmare. Well... Plus, I'm pretty sure your living room furniture can't create reality-strengthening sonic resonance waves. You're probably right. Just an old man jumping at shadows, I suppose. Happens to the best of us. Don't worry, everything's fine. Hey, Ernst. Hello. Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea after all. Whoops! I have bad news. What? What do you mean? Remember how I said everything was fine? I do remember that, yes. Are you telling me that you were incorrect? Let's just say your house is incredibly haunted now. Ugh, I should not have trusted you. We are both fools. Did the rift open? I'll go check. Every one of these moldering books is titled Blood. The day stand had become a nightstand. It would appear that two ghosts are playing a very spirited, haha, game of chess. This chair is frighteningly non-right side up. This chair seems to be having a hard time remaining stationary. A viscous black sludge bubbles in the teapot. Fish! This isn't tea. You love some bubbling black sludge apparently. Foul goo from a haunted teapot. Increase your mysticality by 1 and your maximum AP by 1. Ooh, that's a good potion effect. Oh. Yikes. His table has slipped the surly bonds of the floor. At least the place had the courtesy to disappear entirely instead of leaving a pile of shards lying around. This chair is barely there. Moths have eaten all the contents in most of the container. This chair is whispering. Listen to it. Sit in me. No, please, slime, sit in me. Sit no, sit in me. No. You pull out a sheet. It's a piece entitled All Arbeit and No Spiel Makes Ernst a Dull Boy. Aw, maybe I should have sat in the chair. Oh geez, that sure was a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Well, nuts. Box is a moldy sheet music. Ooh. Geez, all these songs must really stink. You got an item, Fustulent Grulch. Everything on this shelf is either evaporated or expired. A big hole well in here. I checked the basement, and there's definitely a big swirling rift of darkness down there, yep. Oh no, what are we going to do? I'll think of something. Time to jump into the rail without a second thought. Really? Yes! You find yourself in an infinite black void. Or, well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have an uneasy feeling your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try and process what this place actually looks like. It's a weird feeling. You don't want to go too far from the rift. It would be a real bummer to get stuck here for all eternity. This creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. If you built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or plain raw darkness. It has a fist-sized glowing crystal embedded in his chest, about where the sternum would be. And as you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy, kind of like heat coming off a radiator, except all is the opposite of that, and also not all related to that. Look, incomprehensible force that's tricky to describe, okay? This creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like it's dancing or praying, or maybe just absent-mindedly flailing. It seems all oblivious to your presence, although that it will probably change if you pretty quickly if you try to interfere with it. Like, say, if you try to pry the glowing crystal out of his chest. The creature looks like it could rip you in half without even really trying, and without even really noticing. You approach a shambling shadow beast, which is continuing to shamble. The crystal in its chest sparkles importantly at you. The creature looks like it could rip you in half. Oh, the muscle requirement went down as soon as I dampened that. This creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. Pry the crystal. You make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long, spindly arms flail ineffectively as you, barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands into a murky flesh, fingers questing through lukewarm tar until they find ribs, gritting your teeth, forcing open the cage, creaking, cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hand, has a slight buzzing vibration to it. Take it with you? Yes, something tells you this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny and pretty. It occurs to you that taking the weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, and you prefer to keep it. Uh... What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Really? Hey Ernst, check out this neat crystal I found. What? That's... What is that? Where did you get it? Hey, it was inside the rift. It makes me uncomfortable to look at. Can I have it? No, it's mine. You found it inside my house! It was in another dimension! Another dimension inside my house! Maybe I should go back into the rift and smash it. Smash the crystal. You pull a hammer out of your inventory, or if you don't actually hammer, whatever object would be the most hammer adjacent, and get a crystal assault thwack. Makes a sound like a baby being torn in half and bursts into glittering shards that shoots off into the darkness. Immediately you feel, well, I was going to say a massive earthquake, but since you aren't standing on any ground, you wouldn't feel that. It's more of an everything quake. You should probably get out of here. Uh-oh. You dive back into the rift just before it collapses, vanishes, heals. Thankfully, you find yourself back in Ernst Zimmer's basement and not some kind of horrible between dimensions purgatory. You're on a stairs to tell Ernst the good news. Hey Ernst, I fixed it! I closed the rift! You did? That's wonderful! I owe you my life, and probably also my house's life. Here, take this cello. I have no further need of it, and to be quite frank with you, the thought of playing it ever again only pains me. Zimmer cello. Well, technically it's Green's cello now. You have no idea how to play cello, but you do know how to swing a great big club. Thanks. Oh, hey. House is not haunted anymore. That was a weird circumstance. Oh, and more tentacles. Never decide what I could do here. Oh yeah, I need a fuse box. Well, I need a fuse for the box, I mean. Oh yeah, I can fish again. See an apple core. Property junk data tailfish. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here. Let's wander for a second. Ooh, Molly's Moxie increased by 1. As two of you are walking down the street, Molly suddenly shouts and gestures at a nearby gun shop. Oh, hey, I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second. Wanna go shopping? Nah, just get my typewriter a quick tune-up. The Cylon is kinda hinky. Cut yourself a piece of cake. I'll be right back. You don't see any cake around here. Disappointingly, but Molly returns presently with a freshly polished Tommy gun and a cheerful grin. Now we're hitting on all sixes. Come on, sugar, let's get a wiggle on. Here I thought Gabby was hard to understand. One of the tin lazies flags you down. Hey, boss. Ah, my trusted lieutenant, the Daisy Bronze? Close enough. What's up? We just sent out another shipment of spare parts. There's some leftovers that weren't quite up to our standards of unrustedness and no cracks having, but we thought you might be able to use them for whatever it is I use this stuff for. Thanks. On your way to wherever, you run into a cool guy wearing some cool sunglasses, strutting down the avenue. Hey, baby, what's happening? Hi. I can see you dig the shade. You got a good taste. Hey, the what? You like my sunglasses? Ah, gotcha. I don't think anyone calls them shades at that for at least another 20 years, though. I pride myself on being the cutting edge. He flips open his coat, showing you rows of sunglasses inside. Can I care to buy yourself a pair? For you, only 25 meat. When you're wearing these, nobody can see you that embarrassing thing to your left eye is always doing. Stylish sunglasses. Sure, I'll take it. Takes your meat and expertly selects the best pair of sunglasses for you from the lining of his coat. Nice! Looking good, baby. Nice doing business with ya. Wait, what am I doing here? Well, I got nothing else to do except... Oh, hey, it is the pantsmonger. Hey there, friend. You look like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants. Wow, what does that even look like? Astute, discerning. Dare I say it, perspicacious. I never anyone who dared say that word before. Listen, I got a pair of pants here that's gonna knock your socks off. What? He opens his case and pulls out his pair of socks that are oddly stiff and shiny. Feast your eyes on these babies. What's up with them? They're wax, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. Sure. I guess we should move on to the story. Unless if there's some smoke we can find here or something. Nope, I do not see any cigarettes around. Alright, time to go to the bus stop. Where do you want to take the bus? Crystal Dream Lake. Chapter 2. The Spooky Forest. Ooh, that's a big map. Oh god, this game is a lot longer than I thought. Some kind of funky pump contraption. Probably ought to introduce you before you start poking at his stuff. The lighthouse keeper, presumably. Excuse me, are you the lighthouse keeper? Sorry to bother your name, Slime Green. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Are you okay? I just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't minded, though. Ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for ya? Have you seen an old compass around? The directions kind or the circles kind? Directions. I got an old one picked at an estate sale about 20 odd years ago, reckon. I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs in the lighthouse flooded? Yep, filled right up to the top. Have a look through the window and you might see a fish pass by. How'd that even happen? Pump broke. No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake. Anyhow, I need a Glaxon valve to fix the pump. There's a hardware store down the road a piece if you're mind to help out. Fine, I guess. Ooh, arcane oven. I would love to do this, but I still need some sandwich cream. Single book sits on the table. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Mind a bookmark now. Of course. Oh, looks like you just started. Been reading about 5.5 years. Your bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading in one word every day. War and Peace is like almost 600,000 words long. Hurry up, don't tell me how it ends. I won't. Dusky chess set. This is a nice chess set. Did you whittle the pieces yourself? Yep, took me 16 years. It took you 6 months to carve each piece? Fawns went quicker than tall ones, more or less, yep. The horses are particularly tricky, no sense in rushing it. Wanna play a game? Can't, already got a game in progress. The only place that's been moved is a single white pawn. Yep, I went first. That was about 2 years ago. Who are you playing with? Nobody. Well here, I'll play you. Push one of the black pawns forward. Interesting. It's your turn. Don't rush me, I want to consider all the possibilities. Come back in 3 or 4 months. Right. Kind of funky pump contraption. Light out from this house. Oh yeah, we have to go to the distillery for the mob. Molly points out a signpost at the fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ooh, witches! Let's go check it out. You get that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries! Gets the blood pumping, you know? Well, if they have a haunted house, you have to promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises! I'll check it out later. Grandpa Joe's Distillery. A spooky-looking lady is guarding the front of the old distillery. Presumably she's a vampire? She looks spooky enough to be a vampire. Is that racist? She glares at you as you approach, her eyes flashing blood red. Begone from this place! You have no business here! I do actually. I'd like for you to invite me inside. What? No! Don't you have to? I thought it was one of the big vampire things. I just someone asked you to invite me inside, you have to do it. That is nearly the most opposite of true of what that it's possible for it to be. Oh darn. Leave this place at once, or your consequences will be most dire. Oh come on, don't be like that. What's eating you? If we do not leave, the question will be, what is eating you? And the answer will be, me! Haha, that was pretty good. Haha, yeah, you really set me up for that one. You cannot frighten me, foul creature, for your power issues from the darkness of night and the night! Oh jeez, I completely lost track of the time! She looked up at the midday sun, and her hair bursts into flames. With a screech, she turns into a bat, which is still on fire, and escapes into a hole in the side of the building. Huh. Okay then. Well, that's one way to get past an encounter. This door is locked with a government-issued combination lock. Must be a prohibition thing. This is a hole that the guard fled through. Squirm through. This door is locked from the outside. You have to go back at the hole you came in. Ah, fine. Lock combination. Use Don Toblerone's terrible combination to unlock the door. Much better. Almost everything on the shelf is busted up trash, but there's one unsmashed crate of booze. Nice. You got crate of vodka. Ooh, take it to Speakeasy. This is where Grandpa Joe kept all this broken glass. The booze that used to be stored here is now in booze heaven. It's a laboratory workbench. This used to be a still, and it still is. Oh, I don't have enough hobo code. Where is it? Here it is. You are level 6 student of the hobo alphabet. Oh no, I'm gonna have to go back and learn more. It's crazy that this is still here after all these years. There are a bunch of vampires hanging out in here, and it probably shouldn't be a surprise that they noticed you. That's them, the door guard pointing at you. That's them right there. Okay, now definitely shouldn't be a surprise. Huh. Ouch. Oh no, it was random. Oh no. Shelly, no. Get the vampire. Yeah, cut me. That's not good. Ouch. You won! Unfortunately, a bunch more vampires that were lounging around in the rear of the building are now getting up to see what the fuss is all about. You got an item, Vampire Skull Cap. Some vampires have intimidating widow's peaks, but the ones who don't wear these hats makes it look like they're having one. Strudel. Food. Is a piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels normally have in them. You got an item, Cosmetic Wine. There's a label on this vat that reads, Grandpa Joe's Extra Fancy Garlic Schnapps. Wow, maybe it wasn't Prohibition that put this place out of business. Ooh, Stench Armor. Do I have enough? No, I only have 4 Stench Armor. That's very unfortunate. I wonder if there's any books that let me gain this effect. No, this gives Sleaze Armor. That's not what I need. Do I have any food? Or potions? Well, I do have the cheap cologne. I guess I can use that. Open the valve. You crank open the valve and dump about 12 gallons of pure distilled garlic juice on the floor. Wow! Even with stench protection, it's a nasal experience you won't soon forget. The vampires completely flip their collective schnola. Some of them turn into bats and fight each other to be the first out of the hole in the wall. Some turn into mist and shoot out the cracks in the ceiling, and some just run out the front door. After that, you hear several screams as they realize it's still daytime outside. That should satisfy Don Toblerone and his boss. Hopefully they won't mind the smell. Unfriendly vat, do not use. This drum is most certainly empty. The drum emits a hollow, sober clang. Ooh, vampires have to create a booze on the floor. You gotta create a rum. This sofa is soaking wet. One of those mist vampires must have been sitting here. The mirror in his vanity has still been broken, but the drawers still work. It's jewelry! Turquoise earrings. These beautiful but ostentatious earrings make it so the rest of your body wants to keep up with the Joneses, who in this context are your ears, Margaret and William Jones. Snake tooth ring. The tooth is just a delivery mechanism. The venom is actually stored in the ring part. This table is strewn with all miscellaneous vampire stuff. You grab everything that looks useful. Vampire boots. These were invented when a cobbler accidentally mispronounced vampire bats. Makes you float like a spooky vampire. Ooh. Whee! No. Well, that's one mission complete. Let's go to the museum. You push through the woods into a small clearing and discover a group of 3 vampires, because apparently you aren't allowed to discover anything good in any of these clearings. Well, I say 3 vampires, but there's 1 vampire, 1 bat, and 1 small class. So it could be just a vampire, her pet bat, and then leftovers of a bean's lunch. I assure you, we are all 3 vampires. Oh crap, she heard me. What's the deal here? You demonstrating the vampire evolutionary line or something? What? You know, like a bat evolved out of the cloud and the humanoid vampire evolved out of the bat. No, is that a caveman vampire? No, if anything, this is more like these 3 states of the vampire matter. What? You know, solid, liquid, and gas. Bats are liquid? Look, the metaphor is not a perfect one. Are we going to fight or what? Ah, sure. I'm gonna need more AP. Yay! Ah, Sandwich Museum. Maybe this is where we can pick up some sandwich cream. Oh, it's just a village cult sandwich. Unfortunate. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in witch trials in 1692. And the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. This house was residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. Putnam House, which partially burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. This trove may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have evidence of that, but it seems possible. There's just a horse trove. Actually, it's a water trove. I don't know why I said that other thing just now. Fishing it. You reeling a pair of old shoes? They're called saddle shoes because they're like a saddle. They're worn because like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. Ride the ground like a horse. Okay, I have to see this one. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You got cheese loaf. Ooh. And a rusty cola can. Huh. Oh, a well. Why is there meat in the well? We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. Sandwich's Church has served as an Airstats town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. Nice gazebo. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove they were useful for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. Look in the tub, but don't see any identifiable traces of plant matter. You just have to take the sign's word for it. Sandwich boasted the county's very first tripartite outhouse. Quite an unusual art design for a game. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Please do not attempt to use it, it is very old. An old-fashioned 3-seat outhouse. Alright, well, let's go investigate these houses. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village's chief export besides witchcraft? Ooh, sandwich cream, I need one. Yes, please. I'll take one. I'll take a couple. This condiment purports to be a perfect topping for any sandwich, but the ingredient list suggests that it's just old congealed cream. Shelves laden with identical jars of off-white stuff. Sandwich cream, yeah. Black Cat is staring glumly at an empty dish labeled Hecate. Fill dish. You fill the dish with a thick cream and Hecate starts going to town on it. New cat unlocked. What do you mean new cat unlocked? You mean I can collect cats? You can now pet Hecate to receive a boon. Okay. You stroke Hecate's silky black fur. Hecate's blessing will protect you from anybody trying to burn you at the stake. Okay. Oh, actually, speaking of which, before we go back here, we need to go back to the lighthouse, because that had an oven. Let's see. We had, and if we remember correctly, we had a recipe right here. Where is it? Here it is, Dough Baby recipe. This is a recipe for one of those dough glob familiars that doughboys have. It calls for 3 cups of mayonnaise-rich flour mixed up with something called sandwich cream and baked in an arcane oven. We were looking for that. Let's do some cooking. You carefully follow the recipe and whip up a little dough baby. Give it a name. You got a night. Yep. I will name you Pills, after the very familiar mascot. You made a friend. It heals its owner. Hey there, Pills. Alright, Shelly, you can rest for a little while. Back to the museum! Off the side of the dirt road you're walking down, you see a patch of blood moss growing on a bone tree. Okay, it's not a bone tree, it's just a normal dead tree. I just thought it would sound cooler if I said it was a bone tree. You squeeze the moss and stash the driblins. Everything in his house was destroyed by fire except these 2 objects, which were found concealed inside a metal box. I'm starting to think this entire village was just burned down, and they weren't actually witches. Security guards keeping a close eye on things in here, which honestly isn't very difficult since there's only 2. Hi there. Hello. Welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Ask about the exhibits. Excuse me, Sorry, I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I actually don't know anything about the exhibits. Huh, guess that won't work. This plinth has an old book on it. It appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description of the front of the plinth says Diary of Delia Putnam. That confirms that. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to everybody just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse, it would have been worth the trouble. Oh, maybe they were actually witches then. There's an antique ragdoll on display here. This ragdoll's been a bunch of old pins and needles stuck to it, and for some reason the word boring embroidered across its front. A little plaque on the front of the plinth says, witches frequently use special dolls called puppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then in a tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, pins were not found with the puppet, but were added for demonstration purposes. Interesting. Oops. This sign is written in rough black wax. Today is a trial of Patricia Williams, who stand accused. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost announcing one such trial. The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. An old and dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches in the corner that could possibly be bloodstains. 1692, huh? This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. These dried fronds have no historical significance. You're not fond of this plant. This arras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. Check the footnote. It has been pointed out to us that this arras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of the Pas-de-Calais department of northern France, and therefore it is merely a sparkling tapestry. According to county records, these were the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full and 1.5 floors. There's no plaque on this table. Must have always been boring. Stairs up to the 2.5 floor? These stairs just keep going until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people just have always had weird taste. The upstairs rooms are off limits while they catalog the contents. Please pardon our dust. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants as it was felt, by the Proctors, that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits, while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the county's most extensive collection of cravats. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was a Proctor's spare room, where they kept the spares of all the expensive things they owned. This room is not part of the tour, and it's also not part of the house. What? I wonder if the... old newspaper has any word on this. Let's see, nope, it only goes back to 1700s. Alright, back to the Crystal Lake then. This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Welcome to the Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful of the graves. Also, check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Beatrice Proctor. Abigail Proctor? Alicia Proctor. Nicholas Proctor. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old? 1886, that has to be a typo. Proctor, our town founder, born 1582, died 1644. Ah, hobo coats, but I don't recognize that. This tombstone is covered in lichen. Weird, you'd think there'd be some sort of mystery here, but... This one is a weird one, though. Died 1886. Maybe we'll come back to it later. To the hardware store. Oh, nope. As you're walking down a dirt road towards your destination, you catch a whiff of dog food. You turn your head towards the store, which turns out to be a pet store. Yeah, let's get sidetracked. It's one of those boxes full of bees. Bee box, you think it's called. Smart to Greta to sell compassionate pets instead of indifferent ones. Lichen? Okay, so it is pronounced lichen. Thank you. Good fronds are hard to find. A cat! Greta, you presume? Hello there! Welcome to Greta's Compassionate Pet Store. I'm Greta. Hey Greta, I'm Sly. Can I ask you a question? Of course! Where are all the pets? Oh, they're out back. In cages? No, in the woods! I see. What stops them from leaving? Compassion! Alright, what pets you have for sale? Well, I got this snake available for adoption. I also got one giant mosquito left in stock. What do you feed these? Oh, you don't have to worry about regular food. They'll graze or scavenge for whatever. They're all very resourceful. That's certainly convenient. You want to soup them up a bit though, make them really beefy? I sell some specially formulated familiar chow. I'm a little comfortable with the words like soup and beef in a pet store, but okay. Haha! Tell me about that special chow. I got 3 bags of familiar chow left. Familiar chow is specially formulated to beef off your buddies. Want to buy a bag? Just 100 meat. Not right now, thanks. Tell me about the snake. Oh, you can't go wrong with the world's most dangerous rope. This guy will totally fill your enemies up with poison. Just 150 meat. Maybe not for me. What about a giant mosquito? You know, don't knock it. A mosquito is great to have on your side of a fight. Not only can they suck the blood out of stuff, they can also pump the blood into you to heal you. Mathematically speaking, that's twice the power. Gross. I'll take it. What will we name the giant mosquito? Marry the mosquito. Classic. Here you go. Might want to get a malaria shot just in case. Bites into your physical damage and then heals you. Huh. Neat. Tell me more about the snake. You know what? Sure, I'll take it. So there's a snake. Yay! And then who do I equip as my familiar? Well, I guess we can still give pills a little more time. Okay, now we can get to the hardware store. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It's a very model of a down-home country hardware store, because it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing the fat. Maybe it's your day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. Ooh, hoboglyph. Code reads, "Nice man, asking for candy. Neat." We need to find more hobos. Actually, hold on. Does the hobo camp have any hobos we can talk to? Hey! Hey, Washi. Any hobo code you could teach me? Sure, I know the word washboard and some words that kind of resemble sound of washboard base, but they aren't real useful as actual words. Ah, warm hands. Hey, know any hobo code? I should have done this. I should have done this a lot of while ago. Yeah, I already talked to everyone else here, I think. Bought a while ago, story of my life. Yep. Let's go back and read those hobo codes. If we can just remember where they were. Not here. A ruckus of rumbling, burbling, grumbling, and screeching. A whole crowd of very angry mushrooms storm out of the underbrush to attack you. Mushrooms? Okay. Oh god, these mushrooms are very deadly. Oh no, and they have stench armor. Well, let's take out the one that does the most damage. Ow. Oh, this is not good. I'm gonna die. Oh, yep, I'm dead. You lost. Whatever these mushroom guys are angry about, they sure are thorough in how they express that anger. You take a moment to consider your failure. You gain an effect. Contemplative. Yeah, you got enough XP to buy a skill and make your character more powerful. Would you like to go to the character sheet and take a look? Yes, please. I would really like this one first for the more AP. Swiss Cunning would also work, or Mind over Moonstir. Yeah, let's take this one. More Mysticality and more HP. Let's go back to that distillery. Oddly rectangular brown rock catches your attention, and on closer inspection it turns out to be a completely rusted and partially sunk to the ground old pre-war soda cooler, although someone fitted a meat-operated lock onto the door at some point. Due to the rust, you can't tell what brand it was. Heck, you can't even tell if there was any soda still in it. You force the meat into the slot and grind the crank around until the door grudgingly unlocks. Inside you find a raccoon skeleton and an extremely old can of soda. Ah, it's 9 hobo code knowledge required. Unfortunate. I'm gonna have to find more hobos to help me out. You hear raised voices and sounds of a commotion nearby, and hear in that direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Someone's yelling for help! You pick up the pace and soon find a small glade in the middle of the woods, filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter, looking for the source of the yelling. One group of butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others, and as you get closer to them, you can see that they have little human bodies. They're fairies! Wow! Real fairies, just like in the, fairy tales. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something. I think we gotta mess with them, Mike. They're creepy. Ah, shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. That sounded uncannily like regular-sized human voices. Weird. Are they mimics like parrots? Hey, get off of my ear, you little varmint! Ah, my eye! My eye! Ah, get it off me! Get it off me! Huh. They always seem much nicer in the bedtime stories. This mess of twigs and sap is a fairy nest. You fumble blindly into the nest and find the knife. You pull the knife out of your hand and flesh and stick it in your pocket. These fairies put up the tiny dukes as you approach. Huh, there are a lot of fairies guarding that nest. Must be something good inside. Ouch. You shot those fairies who's bigger and tougher than a fairy. Ooh, I got a star wand. And fairy dust. Oh good, my grimy spatula has been a bit lacking. Another fairy nest. Dig around in it. Nest contains nothing but garbage and a mousetrap, which snaps shut on your hand. You gain infect hand tree. Oh, that's not good. Ow! Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of this one, and then use our fairy wand to destroy this one. Go, Molly! Ooh, fairy cake. The fairy is a huge birthday cake. For you, it's a greasy reminder that you killed a fairy on its birthday. This kind of feels like exactly like a Flash game. Actually, yeah, it's based... its predecessor was 2 games ago. It was like Kingdom of Loathing, which is like a browser-based game. Wow, this thing is horrible. Must be meant to scare humans away. I'll take it back later. Another fairy nest. See what's inside. This must be home to one of the... This must be home to one of the wealthier fairy families. Neat. Ow. 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 That's a very strong mushroom. Ooh, squirrel cheese. Fairies keep the squirrels the way we used to keep cows. One can only hope that someday they will face a similar reckoning. Hey, sugar, over here. This is the berries. I ain't gotten this many fights in ages. What, you don't do a lot of fighting for the mob? Ah, they're all wet, always giving me an earful, shooting up the place is bad for business, blah blah blah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Another fairy nest. What horrors must wait within? Curious, the inside is totally overgrown with sweat moss. It's uncomfortably warm and uncomfortably moist. Scrape it out. You collected all the useful ingredients from the sweat moss. Now go wash your hands. Oh, that's a lot more. Oh! Ow. Okay, first take out this fairy gunmother. Take out this one. Okay, might need to heal myself. Jeez, I have way too many items. Sure, let's use a soggy used bandage. Okay, that's funny. Let's attack this mush tender. Dang. Not good enough RNG with Molly. Ooh, that made our job easier. Hooray for RNG. This better be worth it. Reach inside and see. Hey, a ring! One of the fairies was probably using it as a crown. Makes it dangerous to be near you in combat. You're wearing this? Lightning always rides shotgun. What does that do? Alright, back to the hardware store. Your meandering hike takes you near the lake, which may not have been reflected in the map display, but you'll just have to suspend your disbelief on that one. Molly picks up a flat stone and skims it expertly across the water. Nice one. Thanks. Hey sugar, I had a big rock like, how big of a rock you think you can chuck? Raw muscle isn't a max of my forte, but I guess I do alright. You take up a fist-sized rock and pitch it into the lake with a splash. A loud plonk follows close behind. You turn to see Molly picking up a softball-sized rock with a grin. Me look like a girly girl. My Tommy's got a kick like a mule. Gotta keep the rust off of these pistons, you know? Is Tommy your boyfriend? That sounds kind of... My girlfriend's name is Nancy. Tommy is short for M1921 Thompson submachine gun. Oh, right. I knew that. She heaves another large rock into the lake. You try your best to match her, but it's not much of a contest. Molly gets more muscle. Oh, right. Hoboglyph. Nice man asking for candy. Paints in all the season's trendiest patented colors, such as the cornflower blue and ruby purple and chartreuse green. Barrel rusty nuts and bolts, in case you want to buy some garbage, I guess. This barrel has a joke price tag on it, 10,000 meat. You don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. This shelf is labeled ineffective pesticides. Classic. Hey now, that room ain't part of the store. The proprietor, you presume. You're the proprietor, I presume? Yep, welcome to the Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because the only hardware store in the valley? No, because the only hardware store... Ah, shucks, friend, you preempted my joke. Sorry. Ha! No hard feelings. Good to see you face around. What can I do for you? Have any candy? Why, sure. Here you go. Pulls out a piece of hard candy out of a jar on the counter and hands it to you. I want to ask about something else if you don't mind. What can I do for you? Do you have any candy? You know that I do, but I also know that I just gave you some. Don't be greedy. Aw. What do you have for sale? You got a battery. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. Ooh, fuse. I could use one. Steel-toed boost. Do I not already have that? I do not. Let's buy one. Use plunger. I'm not sure if that's going to be useful. Adds 1 armor to a pair of pants. That might be useful later. Let's take one for now. Let's see. Cooking with power tools. This book's thesis is that there isn't really much of a difference between a kitchen mixer and an electric drill. I mean, if you have the right attachment... I already have like 2 matches. I'll be fine. I need a pump valve for the lighthouse keeper. Sure. What kind you need? You know what? I'm gonna go ask the lighthouse keeper. Oh, here it is. Glaxton valve. Thank you, to-do list. Here it is. Glaxton valve? Well, shuck, they stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. Guess there's still a slight chance there's still one in the back room. Ain't been back there since the termites got at the inventory. Maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can take a look around. If you can find a Glaxton valve in that mess, you're welcome to it. Thanks. Mind your step in there. Let's see. Rubbish, broken doors, dilapidated shelves, portal to the Eldritch Realm. Yep, seems like a storage room of a hardware store, alright. Pile of waterlogged garbage. It's a good thing you don't care what month it is, because this calendar is worthless. Seepage has caused this concrete to become set in its ways. Nasty trash. These boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildewed clothes. Shelf is empty, but even the emptiness is somehow dirty. How much of a door does it have to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? Something's wrong with this door, in a way that termites and flooding doesn't really explain. Step through it? You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of "this was a bad idea" in your mind. Like when you hit the first drop on a traveling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. It looks like you're still in the same place as you were, except someone came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking? Huh. It's a workbench covered in tools. Huh. Neat. Shelves full of neatly organized hardware that hasn't definitely been destroyed yet. There's a 1907 calendar on the wall by the desk. It looks brand new. Oh no, we're in the past. Stacks of boxes neatly labeled. None of them are Glaxton, though. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks a bit younger than he did when you went in there, and him because, "Hey now, what the heck were you doing in my back room? How'd you get back there without me seeing ya? I'm a termite inspector." "I didn't call for any termite inspector." "No, I do surprise inspections so the termites won't find out in advance." "How'd you get past me?" "I'm very good at my job." "Huh. Well, I don't expect you to find any termites. I make my own custom pesticide." "Yes, he seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up checkup later, though." "That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep my tidy back there." "No problem." This shelf is laden with dangerous pesticide that you're pretty sure were banned years ago. You don't understand the purpose of any of these tools, and never will. Sign on this barrel says "not for sale." Barrel of gleaming nuts and bolts. Paints in all seasons' most popular colors, since have inoffensive gray and classic yellow and traditional brown. Aw man, I wanted that green chartreuse. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of this door. Weird. It's the hardware store guy, back when he was younger, or is younger. "Welcome to Valley Hardware, the best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley." Because the only hardware store in the valley? Ha! That's a good one, I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. What can I do for you? You're renting out houses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses? Yep, at least I was. Now that indoor plumbing's starting to get popular, there's no market for them anymore. Just got the one left. After that, I'm calling it quits on putting up new ones. Can I rent the last one? Yeah, sure thing. It'll be 200 meat up front for the installation and half that each month afterward for maintenance. What maintenance do you do? I dump some powdered lime down the hole, clean out the ventilation pipe, check for splinters, and once the pit starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig a new one for you. Plus, you get free subscription to the local newspaper. You know what? Sure, I'll take it. I'll take an ancient outhouse. Great. Where do you want me to put it? Well, the Sandwich Museum always has outhouses. Put it next to the pet store. Pet store? You mean the bait shop. Love that sense of humor you got, pet worms. Alrighty, I'll get the pig dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. What else can I do for you? I'd like to buy one of those new Glaxton valves. Ah, sorry, Gutman fellas bought my entire stock. What? Yep, for the big dam they're building. I can order you one though. How long would that take? 6 to 8 weeks. Would you mind holding on to it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years. What? No, forget I said that's not a problem. Well, nuts. Listen, I can tell you they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than what they're gonna need for that dam. So if you go up the work site, you might get a foreman to sell you one of their spares. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley. Got a map? I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake. Never heard of that, but that's got a little picture of a dam on it there. See? That's about the same place relative to here. Great, thanks. You don't know when you are, much less where. Store is still all weird. Hello again. Well, there's a dam. Huh, but there is. Two things which are hard to describe, but let's say you're more or less like smoking holes in space through which you can see the faint light of distant and dying stars floated to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you and Dark Noel's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Well, well, if it isn't my favorite holiday party crasher, perhaps I need to be more explicit at the fact that you weren't invited. I don't really get the holiday thing. I like Crimbo, okay? It's my thing and I'm sticking with it. Must have had a weird childhood. It's none of your business, and neither is the rest of this investigation or whatever you think you're doing. You need to learn to keep your nose out of other people's affairs. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you keep your nose out of my affairs? What a disagreeable little urchin you are. Do you know what naughty children find in their Crimbo stockings? Yeah. A festive cheese log. He swirled her hands in a mystical pattern and launched a cheese log covered in chopped almonds and napalm at the orbs. Dark Noel's screech can be heard through the explosion. Urgh! That's it! You're on the very naughty list now. Next time we meet, I'm really going to deck your halls. Black orbs vanish in a puff of smoke. La 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 la, jerk. Hey, an outhouse! An outdoor time toilet. Flush yourself to the past. Ooh, spooky. Nothing out that way except the vista of nothingness. You're not in the mood for one of those right now. Barrel of chum, you do not want to be pals with it. It's a barrel of wriggling, slimy grubs. The barrel is sealed, but from the smell, you say it's full of decaying shellfish. Barrel of miscellaneous useful entrails. This one's full of pickles, probably for catching those fish that like eating pickles. This barrel's full of dirt, but you're sure there's something nasty hiding in it. I don't suppose I have any gloves that can help me with this, can I? Why am I still wearing these steel-toed boots? Let's see, do I have any... Ah! Does greasy gloves help? It does not. It's a mousetrap set up here. You disarmed a mousetrap. Grady frowns. seem cruel. Grady frowns, walks over, resets the mouse chat, frowns again, and goes back behind the counter. This must be Grady. Hello there. Hello, welcome to Grady's Live Bait. I'm Grady, and this is my bait shop. Grady smiles. Nice to meet you, Grady. Can I see what's for sale? Sure, can I just use some minnows? Minnows? Yeah, they wriggle quite vigorously, I assure you. Irresistible to hungry fish. Nah. Alright, maybe I'd like to look at our grasshoppers then? No, I don't think so. No grasshopper, gotcha. How about a nice handful of grubs? Plump and juicy. Gross. No. How about some leeches? Chock full of blood. This is awful. Well, none of those strike your fancy? I think maybe you're not actually in the market for any live bait. I think you're right. Anything you need help with by any chance? Well, I'm always looking to people to dig up night crawlers for me. What are night crawlers? He reaches under the counter and pulls out a handful of wriggling worms, which then he waves in your face. Ah, worms! You will never forget that smell. Interested in doing some worm hunting? Sure, I'll get you some gross worms. Good deal. Dig up, let's call it 5. 5 good-sized night crawlers, and I'll make it worth your while. Here, we'll need this. All I know where to dig. Just follow your nose. You want another sniff to refresh your memory? He starts to reach under the counter again. No, I got it. I'll be back when I have your worms. Mousetrap has him rearmed. Sneakily disarm it. This patch of ground smells like night crawlers. You dig up the terrible creature and shove it in your pocket. Squirrel chatters angrily at you from a nearby hollow tree, presumably trying to scare you away from its stash? Real tactical mistake on its part, since now you know where its stash is. It scampers away as you peer into the hole. You find not just the expected nuts, but also several wallets? Huh. Has the squirrel been mugging hikers? Maybe we should get out of here before it comes back with a knife. Right, please change the outhouse to the sandwich museum. They've already got a pretty state-of-the-art toilet facility there, but well, never hurts to have backup, I suppose. Hey, now we can see what happened to that place with all the witch hunts. We should also see if there's any other place with the night crawlers. You see a faded billboard advertising at a crystal shop. Location unlocked. Crystal Dream Valley Crystal Shop. I'll check that out later. And nightcrawlers. You happen upon a small rest-type area just off the path, with a rickety old picnic bench and a square brick bunker that is presumably a public toilet, although a sign on the door says, out of order. And the sound of flies buzzing inside doesn't incline you towards testing that claim. There's also a meat-operated blue cola cooler, which still has a couple of cans of soda in it, although judging by the rust, it doesn't have exactly cooled anything in a while. Can of blue cola. It's the patriotic thing to drink, proclaims the label. The meat return slot is empty. Darn. Alright, no night crawlers here. Oh yeah, let's take this back to our room. Seriously? You want to take this obviously evil, obviously extremely ugly statue back to your room? The room where you sleep. Yes! You drag the horrible sculpture to the bus stop. Bus arrived but refused to pick you up. Because of the horrible sculpture, I mean. You spend the next several hours dragging it back to your room. Perfect! Just looking at this thing makes you mad. Pretend to fight it. You duck and weave, bob and swat. Are you shadowboxing or are the shadows boxing you? You gain an effect. Very fisticuffs. Huh, neat. Ooh, a briefcase. Someone has given you a nightstand. There's a briefcase and a note on top. Take one and read the other. The note reads, Slime. The quality of your work at the distillery has been noted as excellent. We will contact you in telephonular manner with further opportunities. Don Toblerone. You got an item. Briefcase full of meat. Like a cow, this briefcase is flesh surrounded by leather. Unlike a cow, it has brass latches and a handle. Honest work for dishonest pay. You open the case. Now that's a lot of gabagool. Messages 1. Call Don T with the phone number. Don Toblerone verbalizing. Hi Don, it's me. Ah, splendiferous. Kudos on your triumphal completion of my previous destination. You're welcome. Is that all? In fact, I have another item of business to be attenuated, which I believe to be suited marvelously to one of your skills. Which one? No, I mean, well, regardlessly, we require that you proceed apace to Crystal Dream Lake, wherein is located a purveyor of tools and implements of construction. Say again. You might vernacularize it as a hardware store. Ah, right. You guys run out of cement or something? We have necessitude that you will perform upon this place of business. We might categorize a shakedown. They owe you meat? No, we are merely desirous of the local commercialist retail emporia feel a measure of intimidation. Okay, I guess I can handle that. Sucks to do that to the hardware store guy, though. Hey, more nightcrawlers. You see a familiar-looking person heading towards you on the path. As they get nearer, you realize the reason they look so familiar is because they look exactly like you. Greet them. Hi. Are you a clone, or is it a time paradox, or what? Turns out it's a time paradox, I guess. Wow, crazy. I agree. High five. The two of you, literally speaking, exchange a friendly high five. Okay, well, I should get going. Yeah, me too. Good luck. Yeah, me too. I'll have to remember that one. You did. Continue on. I wonder if there's any nightcrawlers around here. Maybe in the graveyard. Oh hey, hobo code. This code reads, Hollow Tombstone, possible treasure. You check inside the stone, and there is indeed some treasure. You got an item, Satchel's Lucky Hat. This thing has a solid gold hat band, and there's a tag inside that says, Property of Satchel Duggins, but help yourself if you find it in the Hollow Tombstone or something. Oddly specific. Anyway, let's go back to the hardware store. On a moldering tree stump off the side of the road, you see a glowing mushroom. There's only one reason a mushroom like that would be glowing, and the reason starts with M and ends with agic. You pick up the mushroom and harvest the microlumophagic bacteria inside it. Again, what can I do for you? I've been asked to shake up the plate some of your merchandise. Come again? There's some mob guys who want to intimidate you for some reason, so they sent me here to shake things up or down or something like that. Huh. Well, those cans of paint over there could use a good shaking. I ain't got around to it for a while. Okay, sounds good. Can't say I feel particularly intimidated, though. Paints of all season colors. Trendiest patented colors such as silver brown, forest navy, and broccoli auburn. You give all the pans a vigorous shaking. The provider nods his thanks. This what-you-call-it is huge. Damn! There's a lot of lake water in this pipe. Go fishing. You got a pink eye. You got a damp squib. And a Harvey wallbanger. This pump has a Glaxton valve in it. This drain pipe has a nasty goo coming out of it. Harvest it. Yay! A beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reigning in nature. Smell it. It smells as good as it looks. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. There's a hobo code next to this pipe. Code reads, meat hidden in pipe. Ooh, you reached into the pipe and snagged a concealed and congealed wealth. Hey, DG. Oh, hello. Another one of these time doors. Let's hope that repeated exposure to these isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. But why is there two of them? If I grab one, is it going to explode? Hope not. Oof. Hey, nightcrawlers. Crate labeled pipe shoes. Huh. This is probably not what they meant to order. These don't make any noise, but you're just gonna have to roll with it. Helps you get around. Huh. Hilarious. Some careless damn worker abandoned the toolbox here. Yay, tools. This truck is even heavier than a regular truck. Nah, you don't want to get your hook stuck. Hey, Noel says anybody who ain't on the crew is allowed on here. Noel? Yeah, Noel, the foreman. Noel White. Ah, jeez. You alright? Just starving is all. Rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? You mean straw? Now, we got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared it out of Nest of Fairies. I see. Can I have them? No, because then we had no way of picking who stands guard. Man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm gonna turn inside out. What at the table over there that says lunch? There's a reason why everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Noel considers lunch. What could it be? Is it jelly deals or something? Man, I'd kill for a jelly deal. Noel brilliance these sandwiches that are a bunch of peppermint sticks between 2 big bland sugar cookies. You can get some stomachache just watching someone else eat one. Look. Sounds awful. That's because it is awful. Offering something to eat. How about a cheese loaf? You offer him a cheese loaf. He greedily devours it. Stomach is still growling. How about a fairy cake? Wow, thank you. He's starting to look a little less hungry and a little more relaxed. Here, take another fairy cake. Thanks, I already have one of those. I don't need one of a given thing each day. Doctor's orders. How about a Glockenbroth? If you had to describe his current mood, you'd probably say he's 60% sleepy and 40% hungry. How about a Bloodell? He's almost asleep, but it just looks a little bit hungry. Here, end off with a squirrel cheese. He greedily devours it. Finally satiated, he slumps to the ground and falls fast asleep. This guy's in a well-deserved food coma. The sign says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identifiable as anything you'd want to eat. Waxman screw, Grafton nut, Daxton shafts, Waxman discs, Braxton cords, Brampton picks, Glaxton valves. Yay, there we go. Grab one. There's only one left. Good thing you got here when you did. It's a brand new 11-year-old Glaxton valve. Brick house is extremely well constructed. Step inside. Taps don't work, but there's still a bunch of water pooled in the basin. Ah, that's better. Use an effect. Hand injury. Yay! The prize is full of water. You should leave the rest for people who need to use this room for its intended purpose. A workman-like toilet for a workman-like workman. Flush it. How much XP do I have? 102. Still only halfway towards a Limburg or Limberness. I'll have to check back later. Huh, this pump is missing its Glaxton valve. This valve was held in place by decades of corrosion. Even if you could detach it, it'd get wrecked in the process. You've gone too much for this stupid valve just to give it to the government. Oh. Let's see, pet store. Off the side of the dirt road, you see a little trail of mushrooms. You follow it for a while and find that it leads to a cave whose mouth has been choked by mushrooms. Those things are bad for you. I'll check it out next time. Oh right, I need the outhouse here if I'm going to go back to the past. You discover a ring of mushrooms growing in a strange pattern. Using your training and intellect, you identify the pattern as a circle. How mystifying. Let's go put the outhouse back in the pet store. You find a decaying nightstand, discarded in the ditch, which is kind of a weird place to find a nightstand. Maybe someone got so mad about stubbing their toes all the time, they angrily drove it out to the woods and drove it out of the car. Check the drawer. Dang, there's all kinds of useful stuff in there. You got an item. Junk mail. Junk mail is a new technology that allows trash to be distributed to everybody so we can all share the effort of throwing it away. Is that enough Nightcrawlers? I'm done. Fantastic! You hand over the worms. As promised, honest pay for honest work. You can't help but think that revolting pay would be more appropriate, but Grady beats you to the thought by pulling a flower pot from behind the counter and handing it to you with a grin. Nightcrawler in a vessel full of its own food, which is also its own waste. What would I use this for? What use is there for a potted Nightcrawler? Hey Greta, what are you selling? Pretty much just this big worm. A worm? I'm intrigued. You're right to be. A worm is a valuable ally. Imagine a snake, except your enemies can't tell which end is the head and which is the butt. They won't know if it's coming or going. Can it poison things like a snake? No, but it's slimy and people hate that. Super gross. Just 150 to cover the paperwork and you got yourself a worm. I'll take it. I just need to give it a name. Jim, huh? Great name for a worm. Here you go. This worm has no idea that it owes its entire existence to you. Jim the Worm. Deals stench damage to enemies. You get a cat a little scratch behind its ears and it begins to loudly purr. Aw, she likes you. Her name's Dottie, by the way. You can now pet Dottie to receive a boon. You can have one favor at a time. You can have Hecate's boon or Dottie's boon. I'll keep my current boon. This is still a large game. We're only in chapter 2.